Hey dear family, welcome to today's video.
Welcome to today's video indeed. We are doing something completely outside of the box. Where are you going? Come back in here. Get in here. Get in here. Get in here. All the way. There we go. We're doing something completely out of the box today.
I'll tell you the truth.
Because something, I know, Dad, let me get in there. Let me tell you what's going on.
Okay.
Wait, real quick. Something happened today that totally changed our life and our schedule. And you can tell them, what did you do today?
Okay. So, we went to church. After that, somehow I got in trouble, but they were talking to me about Jesus, and then I sinned, and I prayed to God, and I broke the barrier down.
Who broke the barrier, you or Jesus?
Jesus?
Good answer. That was a Sunday school answer there. I led him to that. But today, he had honestly, you family, many of you know we're Christians, so this shouldn't shock you. But Timmy had a remarkably un-Timmy-like moment in my office, on the floor of my office, sitting with Mommy and I today, where we could see a change in him. And choosing to trust in Jesus for the forgiveness of your sins is a thing that's people are very skeptical about whether this can happen at an early age. Can a child really weigh these things and believe these things? But what we witnessed was Timmy becoming born again. But he's still the same old Timmy. But born again meaning he's a believer now in Jesus, and in one single moment we saw him feel the conviction of his sin, pray.
I thought a spiritual birthday was like a real birthday.
No, a spiritual birthday is when you're spiritually born again.
And I was like asking Mom, is my spiritual birthday?
When's my spiritual birthday? Do I have one yet? And he's like, we're like, no, buddy, you don't have one yet. It'll happen, we think, eventually for you. So that's what happened today. He was sitting on the office room floor talking to Mom about some mistakes he's been making and some pretty significant things for Timmy compared to the run-of-the-mill Timmy. He's been having a rough couple weeks, and he realized he can't be good on his own. You know, I'm trying to explain a really important thing, Timmy.
Oh, this is a movie that told a joke that tells you about Jesus.
I love you so much, son. I love you.
And the guy with the hat, like, tough,
Yes.
and he says tough.
Yes, one of the Muppets does that, yes.
No, not the Muppets.
It's one of the Muppets.
It's Clive.
Oh, my bad.
Clive and Ian.
That's right, Clive and Ian. Okay, so Timmy, let me tell them. Sitting on the floor of my office, thinking about his sin, he had a moment where he broke eye contact with me, and he hung his head looking at the ground, and he began sobbing. And without us telling him what to do, he clutched his hands together, and he began talking to Jesus personally and apologizing to him. And that is something that I did when I was 15, Melanie did when she was 4, Katie did when she was 8, Logan did when he was 5, Caleb did, I already said Caleb was 4, no, Mom and Caleb were 4, and we've all of us in this household, except for Daisy now obviously, have had that moment of the guilt of knowing I can't solve the bad things I do on my own. I can try to be a better person, but ultimately the weight of that is too much to bear, and we're obviously letting you know a lot of our theological views, our spiritual beliefs, and we believe Jesus is God, died on the cross, born incarnate of a virgin, and lived a perfect sinless life, obeying God's law like no one else has ever been able to, and therefore when he died a sinless death as a sacrificial lamb to take our place so that we need not go to hell to pay our own sin debt. And this is not like a proselytizing you, this is telling you what we believe and what we teach our kids. We already know some people are gonna be like, you're brainwashing your kids, but that's the reality of it, folks. Like that's what we believe. Like, we truly believe there is a God, and we cannot reach his perfect standard because he's perfect and holy and just and pure and righteous and loving and all these things at once, and we are not any of those things. So we stand in rebellion to him until we choose to run to him. And the thing we witnessed today, without even having to tell Timmy what to do, was we watched our 6-year-old run to him. So that's a really important thing. And the Bible calls it being born again, because it's, you know, it's Jesus' way of, because Jesus used that term, born again. You must be born again to enter the kingdom of God. And people didn't know what that meant. How can I be born a second time? Well, he was talking about a spiritual rebirth. And that meaning that the life after Jesus looks so different than the life before Jesus. It can only be described as a new life. And we believe Timmy has new life today. So that when in his version of it, the words that he's been telling people, he's told his grandparents today, he's told his godparents today, he wanted to call everybody and tell them the decision he's making. Yeah, and the children's director at our church and her husband. The reason, the words in his story, as you heard his version of it, is God broke through a barrier. And that had stuck with him when we were just saying, Timmy, there's a barrier here, buddy, like, and your heart doesn't want to believe is the reality. And then we just sat in silence in my office on the floor for how long, babe, would you say? Like
3 or 4 minutes.
3 or 4 minutes.
It felt longer.
It felt like an eternity, honestly. We just sat in complete silence, right? And Timmy kept looking at me and looking at Melanie and looking at the ground, and you could see he was thinking. And Timmy's so casual. He is such a casual boy. He's the most casual of our children. You've probably noticed that, you know, every time we've talked about this, he's been casual about it. And we saw an instantaneous change in him, because he went from being casual about this to being dead blood earnest about this decision. And that's not in Timmy's character. Timmy couldn't do that. None of our kids would know how to put on that act or that air to impress mom or dad and fake that. So we believe we truly watched a spiritual regeneration today. And the reality is, Timmy, time will tell. Because we will be shown to be true believers either through our obedience to loving Jesus and walking in his ways and being his disciple, or we won't. So this is only the beginning of a spiritual journey for him. And we're sharing that all with you, not to proselytize you, but this is what we believe. It's just the core of who we are and what we truly believe, and we witnessed something miraculous today, so it's pretty cool. And Timmy wanted to share with you, Zoo Family. So is there anything else you want to tell them?
Guess what place we're at?
What?
Guess what place we're at?
Guess what place we're at? Oh, we wanted to celebrate, which is why we're not at home. Where are we? You gotta tell them, they'll never guess.
Outback.
Outback. Yeah, he wanted to come and get a steak to celebrate.
And a burger?
Oh no, you're having a burger, that's right. He wanted to get a burger to celebrate, and you don't have to convince me, dude. Like, this is worth celebrating, so we're gonna have a little birthday party for you, basically.
And I ordered myself for my clothes and tab.
Yeah, he's like, out of nowhere, he's like, Dad, I'd like to order for myself, please. So I'm like, who is this new kid? Like, what? Where did that confidence come from? So, pretty cool day, Zoo Family. Hey, Muffin Girl. This little girl's been ornery tonight. Stop trying to grab stuff and put it in your mouth.
No.
Nope. Nope.
Here.
Nope.
No, not that either.
Nopity, nopity. Ornery, ornery, ornery. But cute all the same.
Here.
There you go. Those you're allowed to play with.
Here.
How do you have any room left for that? She ate so much.
Tummies.
I know. Don't eat too much, baby girl. Oh my goodness.
What are you doing?
The reach of a baby. She has really learned to get at things and get around.
Fast.
It's scary how fast it happens. Holding her cup. Knows what she wants at all times.
You're so smart. Can we not play with that? Let's not play with that.
Yep. So we're in the truck, headed home, and we want to give you an opportunity to hear an update on Melanie's health as well. She has been seeing a holistic doctor, really like an internal medicine sort of doctor who's going to just evaluate everything about you, not just run one test to see if you have something. Like, she has done tons of tests, blood sampling, and all sorts of stuff. Panels, different blood panels. Yep. And we found out.
Come to find out.
Big news, big news. Do you want to tell them?
You can.
Melanie.
It's just crazy. It's like such a wild story.
Well, here's the brunt of it. Melanie has been diagnosed with a thyroid condition since the time she was 17. For all of these years, she's been misdiagnosed. Numerous endocrinologists have all got it completely 100% wrong. And that is so discouraging to us in so many ways, because so many endocrinologists have tried to cut her thyroid out of her, have told her the only way to do this is to do surgery or radioactive iodine, and all this time they made all of these judgments based on 1 or 2 tests. They didn't do any analysis to what all her symptoms are and look at the problem holistically, like in the entirety of all the symptoms, rather than one thing. And man, do we feel let down by so many endocrinologists over the years.
But we're very grateful that we found her.
We're so thankful for Dr. Hines. And Melanie, it turns out she does not have Graves' disease like we thought. We've always operated on the assumption she has an overactive thyroid, which is true.
Which is true.
But Graves' disease is drastically different from Hashimoto's. And Melanie has Hashimoto's, not Graves' disease. One is an overstimulating of the thyroid in an autoimmune manner. The other is the body actually attacking the thyroid, which is what Melanie has. And because she's been misdiagnosed, that's why they've just medicated it without really knowing what it is. So, long story short, even though that is extremely frustrating for us to walk through all of these years of misdiagnosis, man, do we feel thankful for Dr. Hines helping Melanie understand what's going on.
Yep, and actually this is, I think it's easier. I think it's a more palatable diagnosis for me. Now, people with Hashimoto's typically have severe symptoms, but because I've been dealing with this for so long, and I don't know where in the spectrum from the time I was diagnosed with hyperthyroidism to the time of now, where that changed.
Right.
It probably was not at the beginning. It was probably somewhere along the line, along the way.
Right.
So we're not 100% sure where, but she did say, hasn't anyone done the antibodies screening? And I was like, no.
Never once.
And she was like, yeah, that's frustrating.
And we're not doctors, right? So we don't know the questions to ask.
Yeah.
And Dr. Google's not a big help because you can just drive yourself nuts trying to figure things out on your own.
Exactly.
So, you know, we've just trusted doctors for all these years on this particular topic, and none of them ever did autoimmune counts, antibody counts.
Which is so crazy.
And now that I think about that, I'm like, yeah, why? Why wouldn't they do that? They're assuming it's an autoimmune disease, but they're not even testing for antibodies. Something about that just seems wrong, right? Like,
yeah. And I went into the last endocrinologist and said, can I change this with diet? And she said, if you have Hashimoto's, then yes, you could. You could, possibly. But because you have Graves' disease, no. And come to find out, I have Hashimoto's.
And that doctor also
crazy.
thought Melanie had Graves' disease, but that's because she wasn't doing full blood panels and looking at all the data.
Right.
So there we go. We have answers, Sioux family, and that means a change in diet, a number of changes to diet, not only gluten-free, but some other stuff as well. So we're on that journey now, and we'll give you more information as time goes. But we know so many of you have been asking. We've been seeing your Instagram messages, and we can't respond to them all, and we decided we're not going to tell every person who reaches out to us all that information. We needed to put it in a video, or else we'd be copy pasting who knows how many times. So thank you for your patience.
Thank you for your prayers.
And for your prayers. We know that we put the information out there and then we haven't given you an update in a while.
That's because we didn't have an update to give. So.
Thank you. We've been waiting ourselves.
Yeah.
So now that we know that, we have it. In fact, we just found that out late last week.
Yep.
So this is all brand new, and we still are learning about Hashimoto's. Is it Hashimoto's disease or disorder, or
I have no idea.
We just don't know.
It's
that new.
It is a autoimmune something like a thyroid disorder.
Thyroiditis.
Yes.
Thyroiditis.
There it is. Yes.
It's
So that's what it is, and Hashimoto's is just like a you know.
Yeah, Hashimoto's and Graves are the two common ones.
Right.
Of having thyroiditis. Thyroiditis? I feel like that can't be it. I don't know. We're still learning. There could be misinformation in this video. We're just letting you know, big picture, there was a misdiagnosis. Thank God for Dr. Hines. It has been corrected, and now we get to move forward, hopefully toward better health for Melanie.
I like saying.
You fell, are you okay? All that to stay off camera.
What happened?
She was trying to get off camera, and she totally slipped and just like ate the floor. Be careful. Be careful. Those are some slippery socks. Would you like to say something to the zoo family?
No.
No? What if I just shove the camera here and just see what happens? Why so silent today? Why so silent today?
No.
No? Did you forget English? No. Why so silent? No. Did you forget English? No. Do you want to say anything? No. So someone's camera shy all of a sudden. Logan, you haven't been very prominent in this video. Where are you?
What?
Do you want to say something? Well, Timmy's been on camera a lot. Do you want to say something?
Something about Halloween.
Something about Halloween? Halloween is coming up, isn't it?
I'm not excited.
You're not? Why?
I don't know.
Because trick-or-treating has been said to be canceled by the CDC, is that why? Are you excited about Halloween?
Yes.
What are you gonna be?
Probably Belle.
Belle? Really? She looked at Mom when she said Belle. That's Mom's favorite, Belle.
The peasant, Belle peasant form, or Belle, or the teapot.
In the yellow dress or the blue dress?
Yellow.
Yellow dress. That would be really pretty.
Or the lady teapot.
If you're Belle, I can tell you right now, Mom's gonna go extra mile and buy you a legit Belle dress that poofs out and has all the gold inlays.
Kind of like what was it?
Huh?
Elena?
Oh, the Alana or Elena? Alina of Avalor. That was a really pretty dress. That was a really pretty one.
I'm gonna be?
What are you gonna be?
A Power Ranger.
A Power Ranger.
I'm gonna be. They have a gun and a sword.
It is so typical. Boys choose their Halloween costume based on what weapons they get to have with it.
And somehow there's a new episode.
There's a new episode.
So I think this week you'll be able to see what they're actually going to, their final choices.
Because we do have to start.
That's the video
Shopping.
this weekend.
Daddy?
Next
Yes.
week.
I'm gonna be Sans.
What is that?
It's a Beyblade.
No, it's not. No. Completely different.
I'm gonna be a Beyblade for Halloween. Wait, what are you gonna do? Come here.
Sans.
What is Sans?
Come, camera.
Okay, apparently we have to go see what this is. Okay, apparently Caleb wants to Google a picture of what he wants to be for Halloween. What is that? What in the world is that? What is this? Who is this? I don't get it. This is what you want to be? I don't get it. Are you getting that old to where I begin to not understand you as a teenager?
Yeah.
Oh, son. I want to be Sans. Who's Sans? I don't know. What's he from? I don't know. Getting older stinks. I'm still in my 30s, but there's already that gap between me and the young folk that makes me feel like an old man already. My children are growing and they're getting close to being teens. He and Katie are going to be teens before we can just blink. And it's uncomfortable in many ways. But at least we still have this. At least we still have this. Look at this little thing. Oh. Gosh, you're fast. She's fast, man. That arm came over and reached so fast. Oh. You're a cutie. Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes. What are you gonna be?
Nothing.
Oh. I just gave you the platform to share and you're not gonna tell me?
I don't even know.
You don't even know?
I guess they're gonna have to wait and see.
You have to wait and see. So Zoo Family, we're gonna call it quits for tonight. This is an old-fashioned vlog, just hanging out with us, chatting, seeing what's going on in our life. We hope that you enjoyed this video, a peek into what some of you would say are our religious views. Just, it's part of who we are, a significantly large part of who we are. And then finding out, what Sans is. So Mom's got to get Daisy to bed. We are going to get the kids to bed too because they have a school day tomorrow. We love you, Zoo Family. We hope you enjoyed this video and we will see you next time.
Bye.